We're glad to have you at the Allen and Jean Miller Center, where everyone is welcome. Come on in. Win does not mean bringing the championship trophy home, and if you do, it is a bonus. It is not the team that has superstars on it that usually wins the championship. Championships are hard-fought battles that require teamwork. To be a real team, everyone needs to be inclusive and accepting and realize there are many roles on a team. It requires everyone to get along and to be determined. Even if you do not win the championship, everyone should win by playing sports. You may win by getting to know someone on your team. You may win by being someone's cheerleader or someone being yours. You may win by learning how to dress for a game and taking this skill to your first job interview and getting the job. You may win by being physically active. You may win by making new friends. You may win by learning discipline and determination. You may win by having a fun outlet in your stressful, crazy life. You may win by practicing your leadership skills as a captain. Most youth playing sports never become an elite athlete. However, there is no harm in trying or being determined to reach this level and be supported on your journey to do so. Team, together, everyone achieves more. We can do so much more together. By myself, I'm not that great, but I have a group working with me. I can do so much more. So why don't you come play? And why don't you come play? And you can join my team too. And what about you? Will you join our team? Everyone has an opportunity to be a part of our team. We want your participation. Now it's time for questions. We would like you to pause the video and answer these questions with your group. What does team mean to you? We know that we can look at the scoreboard at the end of a game and determine the winner. But there are so many other ways that we win when we play sport. What are some ways that we win that's not calculated on the scoreboard? How would you feel if you were discriminated against because you were different? What can we do to advocate for those who are different and include them when we play sport? There are several incredible athletes who have disabilities. Baxter Humby, Chelsea McClammer, Oz Sanchez, Elena Nichols, Kyle Maynard, Melissa Stockwell, Bethany Hamilton, Natalie DeToy, Jessica Long, Tatiana McFadden, Dick and Rick Hoyt, Jim Abbott. Winning is about being inclusive and accepting everyone and realizing that each person has a different role on the team. Take soccer. We all can't be the goalie. That's one person's job. Take softball. We all can't be the pitcher or the third baseman or the right fielder. We all have different jobs. And working together, we can do so much more. And so we win not only on the scoreboard or championship trophies, but we win by including everyone. It's all inclusive. When we play sports, we're all winners, everyone, and we're all included because no matter what, we win in a certain area. Sports help you physically, mentally, emotionally, and help you in every area of life. But it's important to make sure that we include everybody, that we don't discriminate against someone because they're different than we are. We all have an opportunity to be a part of something great, and that's sports. I often like to say, stay in your lane. We all have different assignments. You do your job and I'll do my job. We're all different so that we all can be great together. We don't all want to be the same. We want to be different so we can add different flavors to this amazing punch.
Don't judge me. Treat me like you just want to be treated. I want to play. Does anyone need another player?
Let's take a moment to look at the story of young David, who was not allowed to play because he wore glasses and he was smaller than the other kids. Charlie Ward is arguably one of the greatest athletes of all time and does not have a problem including others who are different than he is. He is a retired American professional NBA basketball player, college football Heisman Trophy winner, Davey O'Brien Award winner, and a Major League Baseball draftee. He won the College Football National Championship with the Florida State University Seminoles in 1993. Ward played several years with the New York Knicks and started in the NBA Finals. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2006. An avid tennis player, Ward also shone his skills at the Arthur Ashe Tennis Tournament in 1994.
I got Josh. I got Dontrell. I got Derek. I got Ty. I got Derek.
Here.
Rick.
Come on.
Let's get it, dog. Let's get it.
Let's go. I'm gonna let you down. Jordan, pick me. I promise, I'm gonna let you down.
Man, get over there, bro. Go get out of here, bro. You got glasses too small. You can't play.
With some glasses on. That's
young fella?
They won't pick me. They keep calling for us because I have glasses and they think I'm all bad. I like basketball.
You have to keep working hard and never give up.
Wait a minute. You're Charlie Ward. You spent 11 years in the NBA. You won a Heisman Trophy, and you're a national champion. You're awesome.
Oh, thanks for the compliments. Hard work and dedication is what I use to get me to the next level. And you can do the same thing. Hey, you missed my basketball camp. Why don't you come on in?
What's up, bro? Your glasses are too small. Go on somewhere.
Just give me one chance. I've been practicing. Improve.
All right. Somebody got to pick you first. Who want to be captain?
I'll be a captain.
Oh!
What's up? What's up, man?
Hey. RC Ward, this is our home court. Since you're our guest, I'll let you pick first.
All right. Hey, how about I take the... Oh, you got fella.
You got on glasses.
You really want him?
Yeah,
Out of everybody.
Out of everybody, you pick him?
yes, he's the best.
We got a nice hand, dude.
You know my team, my first pick.
If you work hard and persevere and don't give up, even when people won't include you because you're different, good things will happen. We saw where little David was excluded because he was small and he wore glasses. What pair of glasses are you wearing? Are you wearing a pair of glasses of inclusion and opportunity, where you see differences as an incredible innovation? Or are you wearing a pair of glasses that exclude, that treat people different because they're different than you are? We want to have a community that treats everyone the same. Billie Jean Moffitt King was born on November 22nd, 1943 in Long Beach, California. During her career, she won 12 Grand Slam singles titles, 14 Grand Slam women's doubles titles, and 11 Grand Slam mixed doubles titles. She is considered to be one of the greatest female tennis players in history. King has long been an outspoken advocate for sexism in sport and society. Perhaps the tennis match for which she is best known was the Battle of the Sexes in 1973, in which she defeated Bobby Riggs, a former Wimbledon's men's champion who had been the world #1 tennis champion in 1946 and 47. Despite King's achievement at the world's biggest tennis tournaments, the public best remembers King for her win over a 55-year-old man in 1973. After spending time as the #1 player in the world, Bobby Griggs went on to be known as a tennis hustler, making a living by promoting himself and playing challenge matches. In 1973, he took on the role of male chauvinist and claiming that the women's game is so inferior to the men's, even a 55-year-old could beat the current top female player. He challenged Margaret Court to a match and beat her. King, who had previously rejected challenges from Riggs, decided to accept a lucrative financial offer to play him in the Houston Astrodome in Houston, Texas, on September 20th, 1973, in an event dubbed the Battle of the Sexes. The match garnered huge publicity. In front of over 30,000 spectators and a worldwide television audience estimated at 50 million in 37 countries, King defeated Riggs 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. Why do you participate in sport?
I want to be on your team.
The greatest thing about sports is we're not like society. We don't treat people different because of what they look like or differences that they may have. In sport, we just want to know, do you want to play? Do you want to join us? Can you help our team improve? Can you be a good teammate? We do not put a stigma on people. We do not put a label on people because we know that it is important that they all have support and that we all have support. It's important that we value each athlete with dignity and respect and fair play. A few years back, I had the opportunity to interview several Major League Baseball players who had retired. And one question I asked them all was, what is your advice for young people trying to make it to the professional leagues? They all told me the same thing. Everyone's not gonna make it to the professional league, but they're gonna learn so much on their journey to making that goal happen. They also suggested that each student athlete make sure they play more than one sport. They said you learn so much more by being a multi-sport athlete. Whose job is it to advocate for inclusion? What if your sibling was different? Would you want them to feel rejection? Would you want them to feel excluded? Would you want them to feel invisible? We must realize that we are all valuable. How does it feel to be excluded? What does it mean to advocate for those who are different?
Can we all just get along?
Board members, you have an important role on this team. Thanks to you, we have the opportunity to play sport and to be a part of a great community. But what are you doing to advocate for those who are different? Ask yourself, what is my role on the team? Bobby Orr had a role. Wayne Gretzky had a role. All hockey players, football players, soccer players, basketball players, baseball players, Olympic track runners, they all have a different specific role. Remember, together, everyone achieves more. And so we would like you, the board, to sit down, brainstorm, dialogue, and ask yourself, how am I advocating for those who are different so that everyone can feel included, so that everyone can feel valued? We don't want any stigmas attached to anybody's disability. We don't want any stigma attached to anybody's different race, creed, religion, or even their political beliefs. When they walk in the building, we want them to feel all inclusive. Coaches, you have the power to influence this generation. Billy Graham once said, a coach will influence more lives in 1 year than most people will their entire lifetime. Coaches, what are you doing with that influence? We encourage you, we challenge you to use that influence to let your team know, to let each and every athlete know that we are all important. We're all valued. and we have to include everyone. Regardless of their skill level, regardless of their ability, they deserve an opportunity to show what they can do. Because sports gives us more than winning and losing. Sports gives us confidence. I love sports. One of the reasons I love sports so much, if you're an arrogant guy or an arrogant girl and you think that you're tough stuff, you may miss a wide open layup. You may strike out at the plate. You may miss the ball or miss the puck. If you're low self-esteem and things aren't going your way, you can get lucky and catch the game-winning out. You can get lucky and make the game-winning basket or the game-winning goal. Sport takes us up and it brings us down. It keeps us even keel. And coaches, you have the power to make sure that we all learn when we play sport. Players, you have a great role in this. It is up to you to make sure that your teammates feel included. Remember, we're better when we're together, because together, everyone achieves more. You can't play all by yourself. I don't care how great you are. 6 teammates are on the ice at one time. 5 skaters, 1 goalie. If you're so great, you could beat them all by yourself. But none of us can. Not even a great Bobby or a Wayne Gretzky. We need each other in every sport. And that's the same in life. So let's work together to accomplish our goal. Let's work together to develop great relationships that'll last a lifetime. And let's advocate for those who are different than us. All inclusive. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you taking time to watch this video. Remember, you have the power to include everyone, because there's power in sport. No matter what anyone says, we're all valuable. And guess what? We're all inclusive.